Hello and welcome to this week's Runescape news, including a major nerf to Croesus and some game jam updates. Whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Over 60% of my viewers aren't subscribed, and as I'm closing in on that big 100,000 subscriber milestone, I'd like to remind you to subscribe. Let's move on. A brand new Yak Track called Forinthry Frontier is launching today and will last until May the 15th. The observant viewer might have noticed that's a little bit longer than usual, as it is around 20 days longer than normal, but this Yak Track also has a grand total of 70 levels, unlike the previous Yak Tracks which had 50. Since skip tokens remain unchanged, 70 tracks means you'll now need 14 bonds to completely skip the Yak Track on day 1. That's 4 bonds more than last time, so expect bond prices to go through the roof again. The Yak Coin shop is returning as well, and you'll be able to obtain Yak Coins for every 5 levels completed up to task 50, then for every 2 levels up to task 70, and finally after completing the Yak Track you will gain a Yak Coin for every repeatable level completed. As for the cosmetics, I'm a big fan of the realistic looking pets. They look quite good, and it's something that I think most players miss in RuneScape. I don't think there's that many realistic or non-fantasy pets in the game. I think there's a couple of those cats from the some kind of cat event from a while back. But overall, there's not that many realistic looking pets, and these look quite good. The outfits are not really something I would personally use, but I do think the guard outfit looks quite good, but I really do like the melee weapons, especially the halberd and greatsword. There's also a new combat ability override part of this Yak Track called Telekinetic Brick Detonate, and I'm going to be honest, not a fan. There's also a Yak Coin version which has gold bars instead of bricks, and again, not really a fan. This week's update includes a major nerf to the Croesus boss, starting with the hunter experience, as that was far too high when doing trash runs. This was a hunter training method in which you would simply go ahead and train hunter inside Croesus until death, so to speak, and that was one of the best, if not the best, hunter training method in the game for the mid to high levels. Now that should no longer be possible. Croesus's common drops have been nerfed quite harshly, and most of the drops you would be getting normally have been decreased by around 50%. You will also no longer gain common drops on the 11th and 12th rolls if you manage to get enough score throughout the Croesus kill, and instead you'll get a rare drop or nothing from those rolls. It's worth noting that you will still have the exact same chance of receiving rare drops as before the update. Now it's not all bad though, because certain changes to Croesus have made it better, as you can now bladed dive on top of resource nodes and start skilling straight away. In terms of notable patches, an exploit that allowed a clan to gain more than the 6% clan cap XP buff has been fixed. What the actual percentage was that they were getting is unknown, but I did see 9% floating around on Reddit. If that's true or not, I don't know. What matters is that it has been fixed. Incendiary shot is no longer possible as it has been adjusted. Now for players that don't know what this is, I believe it's where you stall an incendiary shot and then release it with mechanized chinchompas. For the small minority of players that do know what this is and might have used it at Elite Dungeon 2 or next Angel of Death, well, this is no longer possible. Auras are finally able to be paused when you log out of the game, which is a huge quality of life change for RuneScape and PvMscape in general. The only exception to this rule is the green fingers aura, because otherwise you could just log out and then, continue doing your farm runs and so on. The lighting in and outside the Raksha boss arena has been improved. The necklace of Salamancy is now easier to obtain from the Dream of Aya and can now be keepsaked as well. Ictorlin's Little Helper and the Olaf quest see some improvements, in addition to the quest filtering interface being more clean and updated now. The Ring of Kingship is no longer lost on death. The Wicked Hood can now be used to create runes from where you're standing, and you can make all of them at once. Quite a nice quality of life change. And Tuzkal Zuk sees a couple of fixes that may or may not have annoyed you in the past. The Golden Gnome rewards are returning this year, so be sure to vote for your favorite creators by visiting the post linked in the description below. With that being said, we've come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.